So I'm going to declutter my eyeshadow palette drawer. So I was never going to declutter this drawer. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, but some things happened and it kind of just made me snap. I got a little frustrated that this happened, but my beloved e.l.f. Earth and Ocean palette. I'm sorry if this is like so blinding. So my beloved Earth and Ocean palette, I'm so sorry if I'm blinding you guys. My beloved Earth and Ocean palette, I dropped this thing. Like it shattered on the floor, it broke. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try and salvage the few shades that are left in here. Well, that didn't work out very well. So that's what started this whole like idea or choice of me decluttering my eyeshadow palette. So here I am. This is palette number 1 that I'm getting rid of because my dumbass dropped it. But I mean, I would highly recommend this palette for anybody who did want it because it really is a good palette. I'm just an idiot and a savage and I don't know how to treat things with care apparently. So palette number 1 decluttered. Okay, I really don't know where to start. So a lot of these palettes are brand new. I'm gonna say that now. I purchased a lot in the year 2020 and the beginning of 2021. So I'm gonna start like in this section. So this is literally the newest thing in my collection. It's from Billion Dollar Beauty. It's basically a magnetic palette, but you can add like single shadows to it. This just happened to be like something that they had already curated that you can buy online. So there's a blush, highlighter, 2 eyeshadows, 2 brow products, and then 3 lip balm tints. I use them as cream blushes, but I have this in here just because it's a magnetic palette and all my other magnetic palettes are in here. This is literally such an amazing case. I love this case. I've been traveling with this case. I highly recommend if you want anything from this brand to buy the case and then the lip balm tints because I use them as blushes and they're amazing as blushes. But anyways, yeah, get this. I'm not decluttering this. Like I would never declutter this because it's an actual like case and I mean they're very useful. So yeah, I'm not decluttering this. Yeah, let me just pull out all of my like single shadow palettes, I guess. So this is one that I've curated recently. It's an old ABH 8-pan palette, but I just have some ABH shadows and some Makeup Geek shadows in here. I think I have 1 or 2 ColourPop as well. But I was really in this like neutral matte eyeshadow look with a grungy shimmer, so that's why I just kind of put them in this palette. But yeah, I'm not getting rid of this. These are both empty. This guy, oh, this is from Huda Cosmetics. If you can still purchase this, I highly recommend you purchase this. This is the Plain Jane palette. It comes with all shimmer shades. Once again, I'm a savage and I got rid of, or I took all the like shades out and I put them in my single shadow pan, so you'll see it like in this video. It's just I took them out, but I'm keeping like the actual palette just A for reference and B like if I want to actually put them all back in here, I still own the palette to do so. Okay, I'm sorry if there's so many shadows. I'm doing this in the middle of the night and this is like the only light source I have. But anyways, I'm gonna keep going. Again, this is just another empty palette from Adept. I keep these because they're extremely useful, especially for traveling, so I don't get rid of any magnetic palettes that I own. Okay, I'm just gonna pull this since it's right on top. This is the original Morphe 350. And this is what it looks like if you live under a rock and haven't seen it. If I could cut this down to a few shades, I would pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those would be my 9 shades that I pick out of this. The shimmers are fantastic. These are some of the best like shimmer shadows that you're going to come across, but this isn't something unique in my collection anymore. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of this. My sister will use this, so I think I'm going to pass it on to her. She does a lot of theatrical makeup since she works with a theater company, so I know she'll enjoy this. These are some more single shadows. I think I'm just going to get all of these out of the way because I don't think I'm getting rid of any of these. I've finally color coordinated these. Like now that I'm thinking about it, this probably would have been a really interesting video to see, but I have color coordinated my single shadows. These are on my yellow and yellow brown, so I'll show them so you guys can see them. Any square pans you see are from Adept Cosmetics. So this is actually one from the Plain Jane palette. This is just one of their shimmers. These are 2 matte shades you can get from her collection, these bigger pans, and then like this medium-sized pan, this medium-sized pan, and this one. These are all from Juvia's Place, and then this like small medium-sized pan is from, I can't remember off the top of my head. Ace Beauty from the Grandois palette. I depotted it because I knew I would use it more if it was in a single shadow form. And then the other side is just my oranges and my like orangey brown tones. Again, most of the square pans that you see here are going to be Adept Cosmetics. All the other single shadows are just a combination from like ABH, ColourPop, Kylie Cosmetics, Juvia's Place, Ace Beauty. I think that's about it. But yeah, I'm not getting rid of any of these. I've already like curated them pretty well. Yeah. Again, this is a fairly empty magnetic palette. I just have a few shades in here. This is a highlighter from one of the like ColourPop highlighter palettes. I need to put it in a compact and give it to my sister or somebody because I think that she'd use that more than me. This is also a highlighter from the Moonchild palette, but I like put it in my single shadows so I can get more use out of them. This just didn't have a place yet because I'm running out of space. All right. This again is one of my single shadow palettes. This is from Adept Cosmetics. I highly recommend if you're looking for any single eyeshadow palette, magnetic palettes, to look at the ones from Adept Cosmetics. They are amazing. They're really well made and they work well. So this is like my blue side and I love it. It's so pretty. And then this is my like purpley, or sorry, this is my green side. So yeah. Not getting rid of any of those. Again, like I had stated earlier, I've curated most of my single shadows, but I know a lot of you guys want to see these. Again, this is also an Adept Cosmetics magnetic palette. This is made from plastic that's already been recycled, so that's like the reason why I was okay buying this one. This is my like red, pinks, and purples palette, so there's like a plastic case that protects them. Yeah, I love my single shadows. So yeah, not getting rid of it, obviously. These are all of my like e.l.f. Cosmetics little bite-sized palettes. I adore these, and there's 2 specifically out of these 5 that I love the most, and it's these 2. This is the pumpkin pie I love this one. This is like truly one of the best formulas you're going to come across. And then my second favorite is Berry Bad. And the two of these together are just beautiful. I love these two. I'm definitely not getting rid of these two. I know that for sure. These three, on the other hand, kind of throw me for a loop because I love, specifically, I love these two. But I wish this dark brown was this brown. And then this dark brown and this dark brown are essentially like the exact same shade. And I also don't really care about the silver in this palette because I already have so many different silvers to begin with. But these are, this one is Cream and Sugar. And then this guy is Truffles. But they are really nice and they're $3. Like the shimmers really are something else. Like they are good, especially for $3, man. Like you cannot beat a $3 freaking shimmer eyeshadow. Look at that, man. It's freaking blinding. I think for now I'm going to keep these two. I think eventually over time I'm probably going to declutter the Truffles one just because like there's a black, a dark brown, a medium brown, and a silver, and I have all of these 10 times over. But for now I'm going to keep both of these. And so far I've only decluttered 2 palettes. So that's what we're getting at. This one I'm not so sure about. The 2 mattes in here are okay. This one is like one of my favorite mattes actually. This e.l.f. palette is the Rose Water palette. I love this, like, I don't even know. It's like a taupey, pinky beige. It's so gray toned. I think that's why I like it so much. But this one has so much like shimmer in it. It's just not worth it. Like the fallout of this one is quite severe, but my love and the reason why I love this palette are these shimmers. These shimmers are freaking amazing. Look at that. You see that? Those shimmers are so pretty. And I'm kind of in a rut. I don't know what to do with this one. I think I'm going to put this in the maybe pile, like for now, and then I'll see what I want to do. All right. This guy is a really old Tarte palette of mine. This is Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3 palette. Clearly I've hit like good pan in it. These are just basic, like neutral shimmer shadows, but these shimmers are stunning. Like, do you see that? They really are just beautiful, so refined. Tarte does really good shimmers, and that's one of the reasons why I keep holding on to this palette. Like I just love this palette so much for everyday use. Yeah, I'm not quite ready to part with this. I'm going to keep it and hold on to it for now. I'm doing really bad, you guys. Move some stuff out of the way here. Okay, this one's also pretty new in my collection. It's the Lawless Beauty, the baby one eyeshadow palette. Again, I just recently got this sent to me. These shimmers, again, man, these shimmers are just out of this world. They are so pretty. They're so impactful. That's why I love this palette. I'm such a shimmer snob. Like I love, love, love shimmer shadows. And these really just like do something for me. And I think that's why I can't get rid of this palette. And I do love the colors down here. They are like just unique enough and also just neutral enough that like I don't want to part with them. So yes, I am keeping this one. I got it sent to me from Lawless. Yeah, I'm keeping it for now. All right, this is another all shimmer palette, and you're gonna think I'm crazy, but again, you guys, I'm keeping it. I just love, 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 love these like all shimmer palettes. There's something about these, specifically this one from 3CE. This is the hashtag all-nighter eyeshadow palette. I got this from Stylovana. They just sent me a ton of Korean-based beauty brand products. God, you guys, these shimmers are so pretty. This shade specifically is like an all-time favorite. It is just like so sparkly. There's really like nothing to the base of the eyeshadow, but I love that. And I think that's why I love this so much. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so stinking pretty. This palette, it's supposed to be the dupe for the Huda Beauty like Ultimate Nudes Light palette. This is the Ultimate Nudes Light version from Makeup Revolution. Oh, again, these shimmer shades. I don't know what it is about these shimmer shades, but I'm literally obsessed with them. They are so stinking pretty. I don't know how to describe these shimmer shades. They're so freaking pretty. There's something about them that just like pulls me in. They're so foiled. They look really pretty on the eyes. I'm really happy I bought this because it was like $9, and that's a great deal. And I love this little palette. I wanted it because all of the matte shades in here are really, really light. The only thing I don't like about this is these two matte shades are pretty much identical. Like I wish one of them were different, maybe like more of a neutral brown. But I mean, it's fine. It's whatever. It's $9. The shimmers itself in this palette are worth the $9 in my eyes. So yeah, keeping it. I did just buy it, so obviously I'm going to keep it. I'm enjoying it. These are all really old. I bought these all around the same time, I feel like. I bought these all around the same time. I feel like these are all my 9-pan Huda Beauty Obsessions palettes. I know people don't like declutters like this, but I'm keeping all of these. I'm telling you right now, 90% of the makeup in my collection I have bought myself. Yes, I get a lot of stuff sent to me, but it's not nearly as much as you think. But I'll open all of these. This is the Amethyst Obsessions. I'm keeping it. It's a favorite, but I am gonna keep it. I love it. I actually haven't used this in a while, so maybe I'll bring it back out. This is the Sapphire Obsessions. This was my first Obsessions palette I bought from Huda Beauty. This is the Emerald Obsessions. Super pretty. Coral Obsessions. And Ruby Obsessions. Again, I'm not going to declutter any of these. They have like a special place in my heart. I just love them. I don't know why I love them so much. I just do. But let's go to these two. No. Let's go to this one. This is an oldie but a goodie. This is the e.l.f. Cosmetics Mad for Matte eyeshadow palette. This is the Summer Breeze palette. It's an all matte palette, and I've stated before that I am a shimmer snob. I love my shimmer shades. So I actually think I can depart this one. It's still in good shape. It still blends well. It still works well. My sister actually wants this, so I'm going to send this off to her. So I am decluttering this. Woo! And this is the e.l.f. Mad for Matte, the original, I think. Again, I'm a snob for shimmers. This is an all matte palette. I think I can depart from this one, even though these like gray tones just pull me in so much. I think I can easily depart from this guy. These two are brand new. They're from Pixi Beauty. This is the Rosette Ray eye palette. This is brand new, so I am going to keep it. It's really basic. I love basic eyeshadow looks when I need to go on vacation. or when I need to like travel out of town. So this is usually the palette that I bring, honestly. And same with this one. This is the Pixi Beauty Hazelnut Haze eyeshadow palette. The shimmer shadows are okay. I really like the matte shadows. They're this kind of like creamy, like borderline to palette, or this creamy to powder formula. And I really like that, so I am going to keep this one as well. Okay, you're going to think I'm weird. These are all my Kylie Cosmetics 9-pan eyeshadow palettes. I have 4 of them. This one is my all-time favorite. It's the bronze palette. I've hit pan in it. I'm about to hit pan in these 2 shimmer shades. The shimmer shades are nothing to write home about, but I love her matte eyeshadow formula. It's really easy to work with. I think it is worth the money, especially if you can get it on sale. This is my favorite palette to bring with me if I'm going out of town. Like, hands down, this is the palette I go for 9 times out of 10. So I'm definitely keeping this, and you're gonna think I'm weird, but I don't know why I did this. I depotted all of these. This is the Kylie Pressed Powder Purple palette. This one is the 2016 Holiday palette, and then this one is the Burgundy palette. I haven't decluttered these. I've depotted them. And I kept the palettes just in case I wanted to put the colors back in the actual palettes. So that's literally the only reason why I kept the eyeshadow palettes. I think I am going to still keep the actual palettes just in case I decide to put the shades back in here. I do like the formula. Again, I think the matte formula is better than the shimmers. But if you can find them on sale, they are worth it, in my eyes. Okay, this is one I'm going to get rid of, and I know it for a fact. This is the Makeup Revolution Reloaded Iconic 3.0 palette. It's just very one-noted, and the shimmers are stunning. So if you're mostly like a shimmer palette person, this is like right up your alley. But I just have so much in my collection. I can't keep this just because I like the shimmers. So I am going to get rid of this. This is the Marc Jacobs Stiletto palette. This is one of my favorite cool tone palettes. I'm not parting with this. This is one of my favorite shades, like, of all time. I love it. Again, it's definitely a palette I travel with. I am keeping. This one I think is on the chopping block. This is the Marc Jacobs Fantasine palette. So the reason why this one specifically is on the chopping block is because, again, I'm a shimmer snob, and the only good shimmer in this palette is this bronzed one. Well, I have a ton of bronze shimmers in other palettes that I love so much more. So why am I keeping this palette for this one shimmer shadow? Now, I love these 2 mattes, and that's like kind of the reason why I'm debating on keeping this one. So I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile for now, I think. We're getting somewhere. Oh, this is my first color palette I ever bought. This is the NYX Ultimate Brights palette. This is like one of my all-time favorite color palettes. It's a mostly matte and satin palette. It just works so well with all eyeshadows. I'm not getting rid of this. I truly adore this palette. If you're trying to dip your toes into colored cosmetics, especially colorful eyeshadows, I highly recommend this palette for anyone who's starting out. Highly recommend. I love it. I am going to state right now that I bought all of these ColourPop palettes all at the same time because they had a huge sale going on, so I'm not getting rid of any of them, but I will show you the ones that I bought. This one is the Aura and Out 9-pan. I love it. It's so pretty. Again, I'm not getting rid of any of these, but this is Lilac You a Lot. This one is That's Taupe. This one is Making Mauves. I actually love the shimmers in here. They're a very like comfortable, almost Super Shock shadow formula. I love them. This one is Meant to Be. Love this one too. It's so good. The shimmer shades again are stunning. And I feel like ColourPop has really improved on their shimmer shadow formula. This is Going Coconuts. This is a fan favorite for a reason. It really is good. Again, the shimmer shades are outstanding. And the last one that I just bought is from ColourPop is In a Trance. If I had to get rid of any ColourPop palette, I'm not going to, but if I had to, I would get rid of Cute AF. It's my oldest one, and it's just the one I don't wear much anymore, but it's such a sentimental palette for me. I can't get rid of it. This is Cute AF. I'm keeping it. It's the Yes Please palette from ColourPop. I'm not getting rid of it. I love it. This one I'm also not getting rid of. It was limited edition. It's the Good Sport palette from ColourPop. If you got your hands on this, don't ever get rid of this palette. It is stunning, stunning. It is like one of the best like color stories that they came out with. I truly, truly love this palette so much. And last but not least, I just purchased this one like right before I purchased all the 9 pans. This is the ColourPop and Raw Beauty Kristi collab, the At First Sight palette. Again, I'm keeping it. I love Kristi, so I wanted to support her, and I really do love this palette, so I am definitely keeping this. I'm just gonna keep going in this row. Excuse me. I had a yawn. This is from Pop Beauty. They sent this light show palette to me. It's the palette Fire Fit. This is so similar to the Yes Please palette from ColourPop, except for the glitters, obviously. And it makes me want to keep it because these glitters really are so beautiful. Like, I have never seen glitters like this. The glitters truly are an outstanding formula, but I'm not keeping this entire palette for 2 glitter shades in this entire palette. So I am going to get rid of this Pop Beauty palette. I'm going to get rid of it. All right. This is the Lime Crime Venus Immortalis palette. This palette gives me all the feels. And I hate this palette, but I also love this palette so much. These 2 shimmer shades, again, I'm a shimmer whore. I love these shimmer shades. I love these matte shades. It's just Moth and Marble. Like, they're so subpar, but I'm not getting rid of this palette. I love it. It gives me all my emo, like, grungy vibes from high school. Like, I literally cannot part from this palette. So yes, I am keeping the Venus Immortalis palette. All right, this one's brand new, so I know like off the bat I'm not going to get rid of it, but it's from Bobbi Brown. It is the Luxe Metal Rose eyeshadow palette, and I just got this sent to me from Bobbi Brown. This is beautiful, 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 beautiful. It is like a curated version of the ABH Modern Renaissance palette, and they even have a duochrome in here, which is amazing. You never see luxury palettes with duochromes unless it's Pat McGrath or Natasha Denona. So I'm stunned that it's in here. Beautiful formula, super easy to work with. It is a high-end price tag, but if you're willing to spend the money, I do think the price is worth it. I am keeping this. All right. Lost in Los Angeles from BH Cosmetics. I've done a ton of looks on my Instagram, so go check my Instagram out if you want to. Shameless plug. I just bought this palette. I love it. I love the pastel colors in here. It's the reason why I wanted it. I got it when it was like $11 on the Ulta Beauty website, so such a great price point for the formula and the performance of these eyeshadows. It's great. I just bought it. I'm not getting rid of it. To make things quick, I'm going to pull out all of my Natasha Denona palettes. Y'all, I just bought this one too. This is the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. I'm not getting rid of it. I know I'm not getting rid of any of my Natasha Denona palettes. I love them way too much to actually get rid of them. I'm keeping the Metropolis. This is what the Tropic palette looks like. Mine's just super dirty. Again, I spent my hard-earned money on this palette. I'm not getting rid of it. I love this palette. This is the Glam palette. Again, I'm not getting rid of it. The Bronze palette. Super pretty. The Love palette. And the Sunrise palette. This is a good one. I love this palette. Such a good color story. So yeah, I'm not getting rid of any of my Natasha Denona palettes. I love them too much and they're really expensive. This is my KVD Shade and Light Eye palette. It's an all matte palette, and that was one of the reasons why I got rid of both of my Mad for Matte e.l.f. eyeshadow palettes, because I have this guy. I love this guy. I use this palette for traveling a lot, and for like, I use this color specifically for my eyebrows. I'm not going to get rid of this palette yet. I'm just not ready. I love the design of it. I really like this palette, and it's a good formula. And also, y'all are probably going to hate me. You're probably going to think this is the stupidest eyeshadow declutter collection ever, but I'm sorry. These are all my ABH palettes. I have them all in order. I'm not getting rid of any of them. I can't. I literally can't. If I had to get rid of any of these, I'd probably get rid of Modern Renaissance. But I'm just not ready to get rid of the Modern Renaissance palette yet. I've hit pan in a lot of these. I'm really close to hitting pan in a few more shades, so I'm just going to keep it around a little while longer. This is Subculture. Again, I can't get rid of Subculture, man. It's just so good. I freaking love Subculture, even though I know a lot of people hate it. I personally love Subculture. This is Soft Glam. I specifically purchased this palette for clients when I did bridal makeup, but now I use it for personal use since I don't do makeup on clients anymore. I love this palette. It's great. I can't say enough good things about this. I'm keeping it. This guy is the Riviera palette. It's got a lot of bag about it, but I love the shimmers. Again, I'm a shimmer snob. I love my shimmers. So for that reason, I'm not getting rid of it. And lastly, this is the ABH and Carly Bible palette. Again, I'm a shimmer snob. These shimmers are stunning. They did a great job with the shimmer formula. It's super foiled, very loosely packed, and that's like my favorite way a shimmer is made. So yeah, I'm not getting rid of this palette. And Sultry. This is my most recent ABH palette purchase. I'm not getting rid of it. I just bought it in December of 2020. So yeah, I'm keeping it. I love it so, so much. It's so basic, but I love it. All right, I know I'm doing horribly, but I promise you I can see a couple that I might get rid of, so let's just keep going. This is actually a face palette. This is the Prismatica palette. It's from Becca x Barbie Fedietta. I just put it in with my eyeshadow palettes because I'm not going to wear these as face shades. It's just really pretty shades for shimmer eyeshadows, so that's the only reason why it's in my eyeshadow palette, but I'm not getting rid of this. This is like such a great formula, like truly an amazing formula. These three were sent to me. These are all three from Makeup Revolution. They're these like tin pan palettes. The Forever Flawless palettes. I guess that's what, what are these called? I don't know what like these are specifically called, but any of the Makeup Revolution palettes you see in this tin pan, get them. They're amazing. This one is the Forever Flawless Allure palette. This is a dupe for the Huda Beauty New Nudes palette. This is stunning. Beautiful. I'm not getting rid of it. It's dirty. I clearly love it and use it a lot. This is fairly new. This is the Chilled with Cannabis Sativa Seed Oil palette from Makeup Revolution. I did a video with this and I was shocked with how amazing this eyeshadow formula was. Beautiful. The shimmers are great. The mattes are great. The glitters are great. I can't say enough about this. This is a really affordable eyeshadow palette. If you can find any of these online or on Target, I highly recommend you buy one if you're in the market for one. This one is the Forever Flawless Affinity palette. It's just a lighter version of the Allure palette. Again, beautiful shimmers, beautiful mattes, beautiful glitters. I'm not getting rid of it. I just got these sent to me like 2 months ago, so I want to keep them and enjoy them and love them. Normally, I would get rid of one or the other. This is the Huda Beauty New Nudes palette, so either I'd get rid of the Makeup Revolution Allure palette or this one. But I spent $65 to buy this palette when it first came out, so you bet your ass I'm not getting rid of this. It's a beautiful palette. Again, I love it. I really do enjoy it. I actually haven't given it enough love recently, so I'm gonna go back to it and put it in a shop my stash here soon, I think. All right, this is the Crown Pro eyeshadow palette. This was like my favorite palette to take on like trips with me, especially if I went on vacation. It's just a basic 10 pan eyeshadow palette, but I love it. Again, I love the shimmers in here. The shimmers are great. The mattes are easily blendable, but I have so many things similar to this that I think I can part with this. So I'm going to declutter it. This is the Marc Cosmetics Reina del Caribe eyeshadow palette volume 1. Yeah, I can't get rid of this specifically for El Malecon. Such a stunning shade, especially Celia. Oh my god, I love it. I love these two shades. They're so pretty. I can't get rid of it. I literally cannot get rid of this palette. I do want to say the mattes are kind of subpar. They're kind of hard to blend out. But if you were thinking about this palette, I would get it like if you can find it on sale. This is the Pretty Vulgar Nightingale palette. I don't know if you can buy anything from Pretty Vulgar anymore. If you can, this is a great palette to purchase from, but there are other eyeshadow palette tones in this realm, like the Glam palette from Natasha Denona. But these shimmer shades, again, I'm a shimmer snob. I love the shimmer shades. I literally can't part with this palette because of the shimmers. I love them. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. I just love it. I can't get rid of it yet. Not yet. This is the Celestial Thunder palette from Dominique Cosmetics. I got this in a BoxyCharm. It's just a cute little 8-pan palette. The mattes blend well. The shimmers are beautiful and impactful. So for that reason, I'm not getting rid of this. Oh, I'm getting rid of the Fetish palette. I have a bone to pick with this palette for these two shades specifically, Whip and Latex. I showed this palette to my sister and she wants it, so I know she can get some good use out of this, so I'm just passing it on to her. Just taking it out of my life. Oh, my beloved BH Cosmetics Carly Bybel palette. I've hit some major pan in a lot of these shades, and I wanted to keep this palette specifically for the highlighters, but I'm not gonna do that. That's a waste. So I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna get rid of this palette. All right, this is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Original palette. I've hit pan in a shade already. I'm not getting rid of this. It's got a sentimental value to me. I really do enjoy the shades. They blend well. I'm not getting rid of it. And these two are both from Morphe. I use these specifically for like colored like eyeshadow looks, so I'm not going to get rid of them. The mattes are okay. It's the shimmers that I love the most in here. So this one is the 35M Boss Mood palette. And this one is the 35V Stunning Vibes palette. So I'm just going to open this one up so you can see this one as well. Yeah, so that's Stunning Vibes. Again, I use these specifically for colored palette looks, so that's the only reason why I'm keeping these. I don't approve of buying anything from Morphe anymore. I think they're shady. I think it's a shady practice, a shady company. I think their morals are horrible. Yeah, so I mean, from here on out, I'm not purchasing any more from Morphe. There's plenty of other brands you can purchase from. These three palettes I'm not getting rid of. I just hold on to them for sentimental reasons. This is my first big girl eyeshadow purchase. It's the KVD Metal Matte eyeshadow palette. I love this palette. The shimmers are still great. The mattes perform well. This is really old, but I cannot part with this. This is literally here just for like a collector's item, and I'll never get rid of it. Like, I know in my head I'll never ever ever get rid of this palette. And then the same with these. These came as a collection. They're pretty much a collector's item for me. I will use them here and there, but I have them specifically for the art. It's the Vida and Muerte palette from Marc Cosmetics. You guys, oh, I wish these weren't limited edition because they're beautiful. This is the Vida palette if you haven't seen it yet. It's just beautiful. I love the shades that they chose. The formula is kind of picky, like finicky to work with. This is the Muerte palette. Again, the shimmer shades are fine. They could be a little better, but the matte shades are really hard to work with. Like, you have to be proficient at using eyeshadow and working with eyeshadow to get these to work on you. I do wear these on occasion, but they're really just here for like the art of the palettes, like just the sentimental value of having these. So yeah, I'm not getting rid of these two. I can't part with them. I love them so much. So that's everything. I'm gonna count how many eyeshadow palettes I have, and I'm gonna put them all back in here. So now, okay, so okay, so all of the palettes that actually have shadows inside of them, there's 65. So, I mean, this was kind of just like showing you my eyeshadow palette collection and then getting rid of a few. I'm only getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm only getting rid of 9 eyeshadow palettes. So I know I've got some work to do with this. I mean, actually, you know what? I'm just doing it. I have an odd number. I have 65 eyeshadow palettes I'm keeping and 9 that I'm getting rid of. So guess what? I'm going to get rid of 10 eyeshadow palettes. Get rid of a 6th. I'm going to get rid of the Rosewater e.l.f. palette because I technically already own so much like this. So I'm getting rid of 10. A lot of these palettes, specifically 1, 2, 3, 4 of these are all single shadows. So clearly, like, I'm counting them as a palette, but they shouldn't, like, I shouldn't count them as palettes. So I would have technically 60 if I didn't count them, but to be fair, I'm going to count them. So yeah, I know I have a lot. I know I do. I can't help it. I love it so much. I'm getting rid of 10. I'm keeping 64. And then there's like 3 empty Kylie palettes. So if you want to count these as like getting thrown out, okay, great. But yeah, I'm keeping 64, getting rid of 10. I feel happy about that. My stuff fits in this drawer so much better with those 10 removed, and that's like a shock to me. I did add a ton of palettes. I think I had 40 palettes in the beginning or like at the end of 2020, and somehow I gained 25 more palettes, and I don't know how that happened. But yeah, for now I'm happy with getting rid of the ones I'm getting rid of and keeping the ones that I'm keeping. So yeah, I hope this was interesting. You kind of got to see my eyeshadow palette collection and the few that I was getting rid of. So stay tuned. I have a whole playlist of declutters that I'll leave up in the card for you guys if you're interested. I've got a lot of other videos coming out soon. So again, stay tuned. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video.